Where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Columbus, so more specifically, I grew up in Upper Arlington from pretty much the time I was like 4 to now, and I really don't remember much about time before that. So like, and I just moved out of Upper Arlington, so literally pretty much my entire life from 4 to 18 I spent in Upper Arlington.
Okay, where did you go to school?
Upper Arlington High School.
Oh, okay. What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to literally everything but country music, and even country music I'll still allow some. Like I like Johnny Cash and everything, but I mean I'm really big into a few main ones for me. I really like rock, especially like more 90s rock. I like classic rock. I also really like jazz. I like rap. I've always liked rap since I was like a kid. Because of my parents. My parents listened to a lot of rap, so they kind of put me onto that. And then I used to write songs and stuff in like 2nd grade, and it's just so crazy to see how much it's progressed from there.
Cool. What hobbies do you have?
I like watching movies. I'm like a film enthusiast. I like a lot of old movies and stuff like that. So like stuff from the 80s. I like The Goonies, Gremlins is great. The Indiana Jones trilogy. I was not huge on the one they made after the trilogy with Shia LaBeouf. Wasn't that great in my opinion, which I was disappointed because it was the only one I got to see in theaters, in my lifetime. But I would say that Temple of Doom is probably my favorite Indiana Jones movie. And other hobbies, I don't know. I used to like to skate a lot, and then I like to mess around and make short films and stuff. So yeah.
What first got you interested in the music industry?
Well, like I said, I mean, I've loved music for a really, really long time. I've loved music since like 1st grade, something like that. It's just I had a really tough time talking with other people when I was a kid. So, I don't know, music was a way for me to, I guess talk it out without somebody else and also not being crazy and talking to myself. It was a way to kind of vent. So, like, I've always been into the music industry because I've always been into the music. You know what I mean? And I've always felt like I have music inside of me. That it's always like, it's not something I can turn off,
Mm-hmm. Did you always want to be in the music industry? And if not, what else would you want to do?
When I was a kid, people always ask like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I didn't understand what real professions were because I would say until like 3rd, 4th grade, I wanted to be a mad scientist. And then like, come like middle school, I'm like, you're telling me there's not dudes in white lab coats and like gray hair that make shit blow up and everything? And then I was like, guess I'll make music. But the only other things that even crossed my mind was skating, but I wasn't really good enough at skating to like do anything. And then I used to play football. So like I had early ambitions of maybe playing football in my future when I was playing middle school level. And then I got to high school level, and then I was like, damn, these people are really good at what they do. So and I just got tired of that work. I mean, once you do something so long and so hard, it's like the test of time. It's like, do you still love it? And I didn't after being there, so I moved on with my life.
What made you choose Grooveview?
It just seemed like the perfect school, like for me. I mean, I was having issues with my previous school where I was not very into it. I wasn't into the work. I wasn't into the classes, like what I was being taught. So it was really hard for me to be efficient and effective in getting the things I needed to get done. But here, everything, even like, I hate math, but I mean, even the business courses here are tailored to success in the music industry and making sure that you know how to brand yourself, you know how to market yourself. That's all things that musicians really need to know how to do, but a lot of people skip over it until it's way too late in their careers. And this is a place where not only can I learn that stuff, but I can hone down on the music element of what I was already learning and what I already want to do.
Besides what you got going on at Grooveview, what else are you doing in the music industry?
Well, I make my own music. And I've been doing that for a long time. I rap. Like, I usually do very lyrical kind of stuff. I've just always had a fixation on wordplay and clever flows and stuff like that. And then I make like this kind of, I would say, alternative rock music with some other people in a band. And then I also I help record other artists and stuff like that, like in a little home studio. I have people come in and I have them record their songs and mix their stuff and everything. That's pretty much what I've been doing right now outside of school.
Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
Hopefully mixing and recording other people, doing something on a production end. I mean, honestly, I would just love to maybe even just be working at a production company, because I like doing music production, but then there's an equal passion and stuff inside of me where I feel like I have an eye for filming and photography and stuff like that. So I thought that maybe going to a production place where it can combine all of those things into one place would be good for me, you know?
If you could work with one person, who would it be?
Like collaborate?
Yeah, work with, like, in general.
Oh, I don't even know, man. That's gonna be so hard. Maybe Eminem when he was Slim Shady.
Ooh.
If I could work with Slim Shady, like Slim Shady LP era Slim Shady, then yeah, that would be pretty fucking tight.
If you won the lottery, what would you spend it on?
Like, I wouldn't spend it on one thing. I've never kind of been like the ball out kind of person. If I won the lottery, I would show up with a mask on to take the signing and everything, and I would put that shit into an account, and I would live off that shit, and my parents would live off that shit for a minute. That's what I would do. And then if I wanted to buy any lavish shit, I would buy that with my normal income.
What is the end goal in life for you?
To be happy, and no matter where I'm at. I mean, I could end up so many places because it's so early in my life, but to be happy just in general, like whether that means I've always loved Colorado, you know. Maybe there's a production place out in Colorado where I can go there and give them my services and enjoy the beautiful view, and maybe, you know, provide for the people that I care about, and, you know, yeah, that's what I hope to be, and my end goal in life is just to be happy.